Hey, you guys. Greetings from New York City. I am here in New York today, and I'm hoping that you guys can hear me on this live because I'm headed to Madame Tussauds before we head back to the airport, and I wanted to be consistent. So remember, we talked about consistency and be consistent and come on. So I came on a little early so the notifications can go out. I'm here at Junior's, and Junior's is a famous cheesecake restaurant. I'm gonna let y'all see the menu. So we still have our 3-minute grace period, so I'm giving y'all 3 minutes to come on. And I am super excited to be doing this live from New York. So Susan is closing out in the restaurant, and I am just out here waiting for her. I'm gonna try to talk a little louder, so make sure you guys can hear me. But this is week number 6. Week number 6, and we are still being consistent, and we are doing what we need to do so we can have all the things in place that we need to have in place. So Junior's, it has a bakery and it has a restaurant, and they're kind of like comparable to a mom and pop cheesecake factory. Hey, I see people joining in. I can't see who it is. Put your name in and say where you're from, and we're on our 3-minute grace period, and then we'll dive into our topic for today. And like I was saying earlier, hopefully you guys can hear me because I am actually in New York. I am sort of kind of off Broadway, right off of Times Square. No, thank you. And just still wanting to do my live and come in and be consistent like I said I was. So we got 2 more minutes, mostly like a minute and a half left. So I don't know if y'all can see it back there. That's Junior's, the bakery. And hey, Vera, how are you? I love you, muchy. Happy Mother's Day. Hopefully you had a great Mother's Day. Been thinking about you, been praying for you, my sister. Hope all is well with you and your family. Thank you for joining. So this is our Marketplace Monday Mantle. We got like a half a minute, and then I'm going to jump into our topic for today. Our topic for today is systems that support accountability. And I was thinking about Joseph. I was watching something, I was listening to something this morning, more like a prayer and devotion, and it was talking about Joseph and how Joseph had an excellent spirit. And we as entrepreneurs, we as leaders, we as ministry and marketplace leaders, we need to tap into an excellent spirit, because when we do things, we want to do them out of a spirit of excellence. And when they were talking about Joseph this morning during my devotion, I was like, wow, I remember one time I was teaching the children at church, and the Holy Spirit convicted me because it said Joseph worked for Potiphar, Joseph was in Pharaoh's house, Joseph also was in the jail. Remember, he went to jail. And all 3 of those employers, the one thing that they had in common, and they always said about Joseph, is that Joseph had an excellent spirit. He had an excellent spirit to serve. So today our topic is, first of all, hey, welcome. I am Teresa McCurry, the CIO, Chief Inspirational Officer of Super T Inspires. And I'm also the co-founder of McCurry Ministries International with my husband, Gregory McCurry. And if you are joining today, this is for leaders in ministry, marketplace, and nonprofit organizations. So if you're joining today, I would appreciate it if you can like and share this video. Like and share this video. We are coming to you live from New York City. I am on my way to best business practices in Singapore, Malaysia, and we had a stop in New York City, and we had a long layover. So we said, let's come down here, check out Times Square, get us some lunch, and have a good time. So we wind up having lunch at Junior's. So if you're ever in New York, I would say, come and check out Junior's. It's a really cool restaurant, bakery, and cafe. And Our topic for today is success supports accountability. Success supports accountability. And please like and share. Please like and share this video. Please share it on your timeline. Tag a friend on the inside. Anybody that you know that is in ministry, that is in business, or has a nonprofit, let them know that Monday Marketplace Mantle is on and they need to come and check it out. So here we go. The topic for today is systems that support accountability. So as we're growing, as we're developing in our business, in our ministries, in our nonprofit, we want to put systems in place that support accountability. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a like. Say, yes, I can hear you. Give me some hearts or something to make sure you guys can hear me, because I know it's noisy here and I meant to bring my earbuds to do this, but I wound up packing them and left them in my carry-on suitcase, so I didn't do that. Okay, thank you. I'm so glad you guys can hear. All right, so systems that support accountability, and y'all know when I come on, I want to give y'all 3 points that relates to that. So this morning in the devotion, it was about Joseph and how Joseph had an excellent spirit, and how the reality of having an excellent spirit is really a supernatural spirit from God that gives you the ability to do things with the spirit of excellence. So an excellent spirit goes beyond your human capabilities. An excellent spirit goes beyond your human capabilities. And when you think about Joseph, think about it. He was in prison. And while he was in prison, he was operating out of such a spirit of excellence that the jailer decided to put him over the other prisoners. That's an excellent spirit. He had such an excellent spirit that when he was in Potiphar's house, Potiphar said, you know what, Joseph, you can run my whole household. You can do everything except my wife and choose what I eat. I want to choose what I eat myself, but you can run my whole household. That's an excellent spirit. Such an excellent spirit that when he interpreted the dream for Pharaoh, Pharaoh invited him into his house to do some things. So Potiphar's, Pharaoh, and the jailer all recognized that Joseph had an excellent spirit. So my question is, you as a leader, as an entrepreneur, as a nonprofit organization, are you operating from a position of an excellent spirit? And when you're operating from a position of an excellent spirit, you want to have some certain guidelines in place so you can do things with excellence. So God can be pleased. Are you pleased with the way your business is going? Are you pleased with the systems and the structures that you have in place? So first thing you want to do is structure creates sustainability. So the first point, structure creates sustainability. If you want to create something that's going to last, it must have a structure. If I'm going to create something that is going to last, it must have structure connected to it. And what do I mean by structure? Structure means, first of all, remember when I did the first videos and I talked about write the vision and make it plain? Structure has a vision. Which way are we going? So when people come to join my team, I can be crystal clear on telling them which way we're going. And then in me being crystal clear on telling them which way we're going, I have to have a plan. And not just a plan in my mind, I have to have a plan in writing. I have to have a plan in writing that when people come alongside of me, they can follow this structured plan and we can get to what's called the expected end. Because when Joseph was planning for Pharaoh, he had a plan for Pharaoh that was going to help him in the midst of a crisis, and he had a plan for Pharaoh that was going to help him in the midst of a famine. So do you have a plan that that's going to help you in the midst of an increase when you're expecting an increase? Remember the dream, the interpretation of the dream. Do you have a plan that can help you when you go through a crisis? So in your business, in your nonprofit, in your ministry, you're going to have seasons when you go through increase. And then you're going to circle back and have seasons when you go through crises. It's called ebbs and flows. So every ministry, every business, every marketplace goes through ebbs and flows. So when you go through the ebbs and flows of your business, you want to have a structure that creates sustainability. Something that's going to help you to sustain as you go through these points in your business. Hey, Asa, I'm down here at juniors, and I said I wanted to jump on and be consistent with my live. So thank you for joining. Sorry you couldn't join us for lunch, but maybe next time I'll let you know when I'm coming to New York and you can come and hang out with me. Accountability protects your resources. So you want to create systems that have accountability. And what does accountability do? Accountability protects your resources. And it also helps you when it comes to influence. So accountability protects your resources, and it helps you when it comes to influence. So with the accountability, I want to have matrix in place. Remember the last time I talked about key performance indicators, KPIs? We want to be clear on what our key performance indicators are, and then we want to build matrix around those key performance indicators to help us have successful businesses. And then in those matrix, we want to have a communication plan. Because one thing that I find in business, in ministry, in nonprofits, that the communication has to be tight. We have to have a way that we communicate, that everybody is clear on how we're communicating, and everybody knows how to communicate. And an example of that, when I'm dealing with my clients in real estate, when I'm dealing with my clients in real estate, I want to know, how are we going to communicate? What's the best way for me to communicate with you? Do you like to be communicated with by a text? Do you want to be communicated with by an email? Do you want me to communicate with you via Messenger or WhatsApp? So when I'm building these metrics and I'm putting these communications in place, it's so important for me to know how my client wants me to communicate with them. So to build a sustainable structure, communication is key. How are you communicating with each and every one of the people that you're doing business with? And how do they want to be communicated? A prime example, my husband prefers you to communicate with him via text. I prefer you to communicate with me via email, because I'm checking my emails on a regular basis. My husband is checking his text messages on a regular basis. So when you're communicating with different people, you want to communicate with them the way that they want to be communicated to, right? So if I am not communicating with you the way that you need to be communicated to, then some communication can be lost. That's the easiest way to say it. Some communication can be lost. So the next thing, we talked about structures create sustainability. The next one is accountability protects resources. So accountability is your matrix. Accountability is how you, we on our way to Times Square, so I'm looking around like a kid in a candy store. So I'm going to turn the camera around when I get done, so y'all can see what's really happening out here. So the last one is systems help you lead through crises. So if you have a system, it'll help you lead through a crisis. So if you happen to have a crisis, Susan, I'm following you. So if you happen to have a crisis and you have structures in place, that'll help you to be able to move forward in the midst of that crisis. Because no matter what's going on, there will come a time in your business, in your ministry, that a crisis is going to come up. Some things are going to come up that you want to deal with, that you have to deal with, and it's so important for you to do that. So when you're having to deal with certain things, I'm showing y'all these little Minnie Mouses all around here, and they want you to take pictures with them and stuff like that. I'm following you, Susan. Okay. So I'm following Susan. We on our way to Madame Tussauds. We're going to hang out there. And all right. So I still got another 15 more minutes to go. So the last one is systems helps you through crises. Preparedness is a strategy. So if you're prepared for different things that are going on, you use that as a strategy. So when I'm prepared for things that are coming up, it's not about hurting somebody's feelings. It's not about somebody not being able to do the things that they need to do. When you have systems in place, you got to say, this is business. It's not personal. When it comes to business, there's things that you have to do that you don't even want to do because your feelings might be hurt in the process as the leader. But in doing it, you still have to do it because it's needed for that particular time. So in those systems, they help you in the midst of crises, and you'll have a structure. So if your structure is created properly in the midst of crisis, then It'll help you to have guidelines. It'll help you to have principles. And if you go through something, you want to document it. We call that SOPs, standard operating procedures. So when we have events or we have things that go on, then we can go back and say, okay, when this happened, this is how we handle that. And it's not always black and white. So when you're dealing with certain things, there will be a gray area. So if everything is not black and white, in that gray area, you can say, okay, this is how we did it when we was handling it with Billy Bob. But Jane had a different situation. So when we're dealing with Jane, we need to take these metrics into, we need to factor these things in as it relates to dealing with Jane. So yeah, we did it like this with Billy Bob, but when it came to Jane, we had to do some different things as it relates to the things that Jane had to do. And train your teams in advance. So if it's success that you want, train your teams to be able to operate successfully during certain seasons and certain periods. So you don't want to wait. Okay, like if I want my team to be able to be having growth and development, I don't want to wait till it's time for growth and development and trying to train them in the midst of what's going on because we're trying to grow and we're trying to develop. I need to train them before the growth and the development comes to let them know when growth and development comes, we want to be ready. We want to be ready. So when growth and development comes, this is how we're going to operate. These are the communications that we're going to have. And sometimes it's even good to do what I call role playing. So do some role playing. So if this situation comes up, this is how we're going to do it. If that situation comes up, that's how we're going to do it. So role playing is really good when you're training your teams for what's to come. All right, I hope you guys got something out of this. I know I love doing this. I'm going to show you guys New York in 1 second. I'm going to go over the 3 points that I made, and then I'm going to turn the camera around so y'all can see it before I end. So the first thing that the main topic is system support accountability. After that, I talked about structure creates sustainability. So if you have structure in your systems, it helps to create sustainability. Then I said systems help lead. No, accountability protects your resources. So if you have accountability to what's going on, it'll protect your resources. And last but not least, I said systems help you through a crisis. Systems help you lead when you have a crisis. Systems help you lead through that. Okay, I'm going to turn this around so y'all can see what's going on. And I'm going to talk y'all through it as I end. So this is New York City. There goes Susan. She's somebody trying to panhandle her into buying something. So that's just everywhere you go. They want you to sign something. They want you to do something. And yeah, so this is New York. We're on the other end of Times Square. I'll show y'all pictures later on. Stay tuned and look at all the pictures and stuff that I'm going to be showing today. But y'all see all the lights and everything all around. And people everywhere. It's not even 1 o'clock yet, but people are everywhere. Say hi to the people, Susan.
Hey, people. How y'all doing? Thanks for being on. Let me be on Teresa's Live.
Yeah. So we're having a great time. So stay tuned. I know today was a little less than 30 minutes, but I will be consistent. So be ready. Next Monday, I'll be coming live from Singapore, but the time difference is changed. So I'm not super sure what time I'll be on, but I will be on next Monday because I want to be consistent. So thank you guys for tuning in. I am Teresa S. McCurry, the CIO, Chief Inspirational Officer of Super T Inspires, and I'm also the co-founder of McCurry Ministries International. And I come on here every Monday at 12:30 with Monday Marketplace Mantle to give you tips and strategies to help you build your marketplace, build your ministry, and build your nonprofit organization. So we're headed to Madame Tussauds, showing y'all where we are. We're on 7th Avenue and West 42nd Street. Vendors and stuff is everywhere. I love the hustle and bustle of New York. I absolutely love it. Would I want to live here? No. Just want to visit from time to time. They have the Lion King over there. All the Broadway plays and stuff. People are everywhere. You hear music popping and jumping. No, thank you. and they're always trying to get you to get on a ride and go somewhere. So please like and share. Tell anybody that you know that I come on every Monday at 12:30 with Monday Marketplace Mantle. Y'all be blessed, but most of all, be inspired. I'm gonna walk for about 2 more minutes and let y'all see the scenery, and then I'm gonna shut it down. All right, thank y'all for tuning in. See y'all next Monday. Bye-bye.